You're watching News 4 at 5 in high definition.
The recovery process starts following the Caughlin fire that's destroyed dozens of homes, and now residents need to watch out for unlicensed contractors. What red flags you can look out for still ahead.
And did a browned out fire station affect negatively the firefighting efforts when it comes to the Caughlin fire? We will tell you.
And people whose homes lie in ashes tonight are sorting through the few things this fire left behind. We'll bring you their stories. News 4 at 5 starts now.
And good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. A number of News 4 viewers have been asking us, did firefighter cuts play any part in the Caughlin fire becoming so big?
And the answer we found was a resounding no. News 4's Andrew Del Greco is live at the browned out Skyline Fire Station to explain all this. Andrew.
Well, Shelby, on a day which the Reno fire chief referred to as the day after the storm, he says it did not matter that this station right here, the Skyline station, is unstaffed due to budget cuts. He says the fire over there at Caughlin Ranch was so severe and so erratic that it would not have mattered, he says. So in the latest news conference, which was at 3 o'clock this afternoon, he says the cause of the fire is believed to be downed power lines. Chief Hernandez says that the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, known as the ATF, is now assisting the investigation. And again, the fire chief says that the fire was so aggressive, he says having firefighters dispatched here from the Skyline station would not have stopped that fire.
Given the location of the fire, the extreme wind conditions that we had, and the heavy fuel loads, irrespective of the station staffing, whether it was open or closed, it would not have had an impact on the overall outcome of this fire.
And so right now the city has concerns when it comes to flooding in that area, but right now the city is addressing that as we speak. Also, they say it is good news that they will be reimbursed by federal money, reimbursed up to 75% of the cost to fight that fire. And Chief Hernandez says that right now that cost is estimated to be about $750,000. Also today we learned the latest numbers when it comes to the number of structures burned. Chief Hernandez says that 42 structures were impacted and 30 structures were destroyed. Reporting live here from the Skyline Station, I'm Andrew Del Greco. Joan Shelby, back to you.
All right, staggering numbers. Thanks, Andrew. Well, did Washoe County emergency responders react in time, and will there be changes in the future? News 4's Brooke Boone joins us live in the studio now with answers to those questions. Brooke?
The Caughlin fire was a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it, and the effort put forth by firefighters is not being questioned. But what is being questioned is whether or not this fire will have any effect on the future of fire management in Washoe County.
No one department, no matter whether you had 8-man crews, could have handled that.
County Chairman John Bredernant says this fire does not change the way he feels about his vote to drop the contract with the Reno Fire Department back in July and create a combined Sierra Truckee Meadows operation.
We've chosen to keep the stations open, but we have to go to 3-person crew.
Commissioner Kitty Jung was the only vote of opposition, stating it would result in reduced service for residents. But Bredernant says this fire was a rarity.
No one fire department can have enough people and enough equipment to meet that fire and take it on.
And what it comes down to are the number of typical emergency calls.
Over 90% of the calls being non-fire calls at a fire station.
Reno Firefighter Association President Dennis Jacobson says while they've been adamant about the need to keep 4-man crews, he admits having all stations open would not have mattered this time.
Although it would have been nice, absolutely would not have affected the outcome of what we were faced with that night, that fire got out of control so quickly.
According to the county, they did the best they could.
I watched those guys. I watched the coordination and the communication directly, and I am really proud of them.
The July vote to combine operations puts the county in a position to combine the two districts later and possibly create a new regional fire agency. If more agencies join in, they'll meet again in December. Joe?
All right, thanks, Brooke. While many families lost their homes, thousands of homes were saved with the help of firefighters. Ridgeview Drive near Lake Ridge Golf Course was one spot in particular where the fire did extensive damage. But we caught up with one woman who came home Sunday to find her house, which sits across the street from Ridgeview, still standing, and it was an emotional reunion.
I'm so grateful. I was very grateful to my higher power. We love our neighbors. Very close community, and we could never find another place like this to live.
And people who lost their homes to the Caughlin fire are in the heartbreaking process of picking up the pieces today. News 4's Victoria Campbell joins us live. She talked to the Mann family earlier today. Vicki?
Well, when the Caughlin fire roared through here early Friday morning, it initially looked as though this home might be spared. But the wind shifted, the fire turned back, and within minutes burned this home to the ground. It's all new at 5.
It's the bottom of the little baby picture of Jackie.
For Ray and Ellen Mann, picking through the rubble of the home where they lived for 18 years is difficult.
Yeah, my daughter burst into tears. This is where we had the Christmas tree, and this year, oh no, we won't have our Christmas here.
They were in Pennsylvania when the fire broke out. Their daughter reached them early Friday morning.
And they said their truck is there, everything looks fine. So they took off. 10 minutes later, we get a call, and my daughter is frantic. It's on fire, it's on fire, it's on fire.
Neighbors confirmed the worst.
I said, give it to me, what's going on? He said, it's gone. In a matter of 30 minutes, up and gone.
There were a few things left standing. A ski lift pole that held up the back deck. 2 fireplaces were unscathed, the fake fireplace logs still sitting inside. But baby photo albums, a piano, a baseball mitt are all gone. The Manns say their family is intact, their children are safe, and it's time to move on.
The memories, the kids were saying, oh, I have such memories of that house. I said, you know what, guys, memories don't go away.
Now, the Manns met with their insurance company this afternoon. They say they are scouting around for a place to stay while they rebuild. And they say as long as their family is together and everyone is safe, that's really all that matters. Reporting live, I'm Victoria Campbell. Now back to you.
Okay, Vicki, thank you. And as dozens of families recover from the fire, the Nevada State Contractors Board warns affected homeowners to be cautious of unlicensed contractors. They say these contractors will likely solicit neighborhoods for rebuilding work. In Nevada, contracting without a license can be a felony offense. And the board does offer some tips and red flags to look out for. They say watch out for door-to-door solicitations, verbal agreements, and high-pressure sales pitches.
The Douglas County woman arrested in Los Angeles in connection with the murder of her roommate is fighting extradition back to Nevada. Janine Escondon is being held without bail. She is accused of killing 59-year-old Norman Welch at the home they shared near Topaz. Welch's body was found last Tuesday. He had been shot to death. Her next hearing is set for December 21st and then returning her to Nevada for trial. Reno police are on the lookout for an armed robbery suspect. They say it happened early this morning at a 7-Eleven store on North Virginia Street. According to the store clerk, the suspect took some merchandise, presented a handgun, and then fled the scene in a white SUV. The suspect is described as a white male between the ages of 18 and 25 with a thin build. And now Secret Witness is offering a $1,500 reward for information leading to an arrest in this case. If you know anything, contact the Reno Police Department or Secret Witness.
Reno police have received blood alcohol test results for hit-and-run suspect Ryan Ray, accused of killing local sportscaster J.K. Metzger, but they're not releasing the information. Police are sending the results to the district attorney's office to decide if they should add in charges against Ray. Reno police said preliminary tests showed Ray's blood alcohol level was close to the legal limit when the crash happened. A chemical spill forced students at Galena High School to evacuate this morning. The spill involved a chemical used in the school's photo lab. The students were evacuated and held in school buses for about an hour and a half until hazmat teams deemed it was safe for them to go back inside. No one was injured in the incident.
According to the latest numbers, Nevada's unemployment is standing pat. In the month of October, the Reno Sparks jobless rate dropped 0.5%. So did the Carson City rate, and the Elko metropolitan area reached its lowest level this year, checking in at 6.7%. Nevada's unemployment rate is still higher than the national unemployment rate of 9%.
A man identified as an al-Qaeda sympathizer is now in jail after allegedly building pipe bombs and threatening a number of groups in New York City. New York authorities say Jose Pimento plotted a terrorist attack targeting police and post offices in the city and soldiers returning to the U.S. Authorities described the 27-year-old as an extremist and follower of former Muslim cleric and terror leader Anwar al-Awlaki, who was recently killed in a drone attack.
The suspect was a so-called lone wolf, motivated by his own resentment of the presence of American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Authorities say the suspect purchased some of the ingredients at local stores with the help of an NYPD informant and used instructions published in al-Qaeda's Inspire magazine to assemble the explosives at his Manhattan apartment.
Well, Penn State is not the only major university facing a possible sex scandal. We'll tell you why protesters at Syracuse University are demanding an apology from their head basketball coach.
And the controversial Westboro Baptist Church planned to crash a memorial service for the 2 Oklahoma State coaches killed in a plane crash. We'll tell you how a radio station owner changed their plans.